Okay, here we go. So welcome everyone to this ROV Global Meditation for Saturday, June 22nd or Sunday the 23rd if you're on the other side of the planet. And today's meditation is called Awakening Your Inner Star Child. And so this is going to be guided by Stephen. I'll do our meditation setup, and then Stephen's going to take us into this practice. This is one that he led a version of in some of the retreats he's been doing around the world the last couple weeks. And so today we want to thank Enlightened World Network for hosting us on their platform. And thanks to all of you joining us on that platform. Thanks to those of you joining us on Raising Our Vibration Community Facebook page, and especially to all of you who have joined us here live. It really makes a big difference when you're here with us live. There's a group energy that feeds the practice that really deepens and heightens the experience. So before we get started with the meditation, I'm going to pass over to Stephen just for a few words setting up the context of this meditation, and then we'll go right into our practice. So Stephen, it's all yours.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Yeah, and it's always a great joy to see everybody. So I just wanted to share, just to frame this a little bit so you can feel into this. When I was on the retreats, I ran retreats in Canada, so Vancouver, Toronto, then in Mexico and Monterey, and then in Sedona in the US. And this particular part really touched a chord in people, and that is that in every molecule of your being, you basically are the stuff of stars. You know, we know that intellectually, that we're the stuff of the universe, that in fact the molecules of the Buddha and Christ are in us right now and flowing through us. And in the same way, the molecules of the sun and the stars, and that we're not separate from anything. In fact, Kevin and I have been doing this beautiful guidance by Thich Nhat Hanh, by Altair, that always speaks about interconnectedness. So this is a simple meditation where you go into your body and you basically connect with your inner star, with that inner star consciousness that's capable of anything. It's just that, and you get to know that being a little bit in the same way as you might with IFS or internal family systems, and which goes by different names. So IFS speaks to a part in yourself, often a child, that maybe hasn't had the space it needs in life to get to know itself and its true needs. So this is a little bit of a different way of doing it, where you're going to connect to the inner star nature, or your consciousness, your infinite consciousness, as if it was sitting inside you all this time. And then we're going to draw that star consciousness, or that star essence, into your spine and draw that energy up and down, ignite your spine, and then just let go and see what happens. Simply let go of all the practices and see what transpires. So this is, it was a 2-hour retreat that I was doing in most cases. So this is like just a part of what I did, but it's just an offering. It's just a gift. It's not mine any more than it's yours. It's actually all of ours. And I think the fact that we have a collective energy here makes it even more powerful. And that's certainly what I found in the groups that we were with, that deep connectedness that we all have. You just get constantly reminded. So I'll stop at that point. And so you're going to connect with that inner infinite consciousness inside yourself, as if it was a child of the stars. It's that simple. And then once you start to ignite that, you're going to energize your spine with that and open up and see what happens. So I often encourage people before we began to take a really a challenge, not necessarily a big challenge, but a challenge that you're having, and actually write it down or make a note of it just before we start. And that you use this inner star child consciousness to solve or at least open to the possibilities of that challenge being your liberation. So I really encourage it. And of course, on the retreats, there were a lot of people that had that challenge. So one of the challenges, so I'll give you an example. So one of the challenges I'm facing is that because I'm traveling quite a lot, my family misses me, and there's a tension they've got that's very apparent at the moment because they don't know how to handle me being back and being away and being back and being... So it's a dynamic that's not easy for them or for me. So I'm very aware of that at the moment. So I use, when I've been traveling, I use this meditation myself to help open out to that. You know, sometimes it works better than others. So you just be very gentle with yourself as you're working with that challenge. So working with a challenge actually really helps. And writing it down really helps. And at the end, as Kevin and I always guide, you know, any reflections, insights you have, write them down. There's something about writing and journaling, and I encourage this everywhere I went to, you know, make this part of your daily process, because the inner star child consciousness is not just for now, it keeps awakening. And because once you trigger it, activate it, it'll keep opening. All right, I'll pass back to Kevin on that note, and thank you, everybody. And I think you'll find it very, very revealing.
Beautiful. Thank you, Stephen. I'm looking forward to it. So before we begin, call to mind some issue or challenge, some tension that you'd like to bring into this meditation, and allow new insight, a new way of being with this tension or this situation. So take a moment to do that in your mind and jot that down. And then I'll guide us in our meditation setup cues and pass over to Stephen. So let's begin as always by sitting comfortably upright with your feet firmly on the ground, your hands cupped in your lap with the tips of your thumbs touching lightly. And lightly close your eyes. And just take a moment to settle in your seat, to be here now in your body, just as you are. And notice anything you're carrying with you into this practice. Perhaps there's thoughts lingering in your mind, or some emotions from events of the day. And just allow all of that to be here, just as it is. You don't have to fix or change anything about that or anything about you. See if it's possible to allow yourself to be just as you are. Feel out into the space all around you as a sacred space, a safe space that embraces you. Notice how, when you are aware of this safe, sacred space, your body begins to relax, to feel held. Now consider your intention for this practice. Why is this important to you? Perhaps there's a certain tension or issue you would like to work with, to resolve, to gain more insight or resolution around. And consider that this practice is not only for you, that the effect of this practice extends to all of us gathered here together. This is truly a group practice, a shared experience. The effect of this practice extends to all your loved ones, to everyone you interact with, and even more widely and invisibly, to all beings, our whole planet, and throughout our collective consciousness. We are part of a greater whole, and our state of consciousness matters to the whole. We bring that, we share that with the whole. So consider dedicating this practice to the well-being of all beings, that we might all connect more deeply with our inner star essence, our vast essential being. Now let's focus down into the soles of our feet, contacting the ground. Awaken sensory awareness here in your feet and your toes, and allow them to soften and relax, as if they are melting deep down into the earth. Feel the grounded presence and solid support of the earth underneath you. You can rest on that. And allow this felt sense of grounded presence to flow up through your feet, up through your shins and calves, your knees and thighs, into your hips and pelvic bowl, resting down in your seat. Feel the weight of your body resting down in your pelvic bowl, resting down in your seat, resting down on the earth. You're rooted, grounded, present, here and now. Focus into your palms and fingers resting cupped in your lap. Awaken sensory awareness here in your hands, and allow your hands to soften and relax, as if they're melting down into your legs. Soften and relax your hands even more, really letting go. Feel the soft openness in your hands connected to the soft openness in your heart. As your hands relax, allow your arms and shoulders to relax down, releasing any tension in your shoulders, your neck, and your head. Imagine and feel as if a string is attached to the top of your head, drawing your spine gently upright like a string of luminous pearls, like a string of stars. Feel your spine gently stretched from your perineum and tailbone right up through the top of your head. Feel your spine as a channel of light, a constellation of stars, in a straight line flowing upwards, an opening to the sky above. Feel the vast openness at the top of your head. Tuck your chin, just slightly, gently lengthening the back of your neck. Lightly close your lips and breathe in and out through your nose. Rest your tongue upon the roof of your mouth with the tip of your tongue touching the gum line behind your upper front teeth. And soften and relax your tongue here. Soften your tongue even more, really letting go. As you feel this relaxation, smile, a subtle smile, a smile of the star child within, the innocent, bright, open star child within. Allow this feeling of smiling, this brightness to shine through your eyes. Release any tension from your eyebrows and your forehead. Allow this smile to flow down from the top of your head like a wave of calm happiness down through your whole body. Feel every cell smiling, luminous, bright, like stars. And Stephen will guide us from here.
So as you feel into that innocent brightness and openness, just as Kevin's guided you, I want you to take your attention to your breath, to the breathing. And particularly, I want you to notice the quality of your breathing as if it were an inner star essence. Maybe like me, like Kevin, it's innocent, bright, and open. It's that simple, like a star. Maybe it's soft and open. Maybe your essential star being is more like a string of stars in the breath, and you're inhaling a string of stars and exhaling a string of stars. Maybe it's more like a channel of light or a constellation of stars. Just notice how the breath reveals itself to you. Don't try and create it. Simply open with that brightness and innocence Kevin was guiding you to. Really open to this deep inner essence, this deep inner star essence that's always flowing through you. See if you can simply be the essence of your breath, however it arises. So mine is always bright, always looks like a bright stream of light. Ever since I was little, it's the same breath. I used to say when I was a tiny child, breathe in the light, breathe out the light, to my mom. So maybe it's just like that. It's your essence. It's your inner star essence in the breath itself. So just notice what naturally reveals itself to you. Really feel into the soft openness of your essential star being through the breath. You're actually tapping into the nature of the universe itself. Nobody knows how you breathe except you. Nobody knows how you perceive it except you. So this is you opening to the innocence and brightness of the breath just as it reveals itself, as if you were a star breathing with vast openness in the vast essential being of your true nature. And as you get comfortable in this vast essential being, as you get comfortable in the innocence and brightness or openness of whatever is revealed through breath, just like stars, I want you to start to focus in to where the breath naturally arises for you. Where does the star breath, this essential being, arise most naturally in your body? Is it the nose? Is it the throat? Is it the chest? Is it the belly? Just notice. Again, there's no right or wrong. You're just finding out where this natural star essence leads, where it most naturally centers or grounds. So mine's right at the tip of my nose. So that light, that star essence just moves in and out through there. For you, it could be deeper in the throat or opening up your chest or grounding into the belly or womb. So you're just checking in and noticing. Doing it very gently and slowly. No rush. Just focusing on that body part. And now stay with that body part, wherever that is. And I want you to check in with whatever essence is inside your body there, whatever part, whatever star essence reveals itself, a little like a child. So when I tune into that tip of the nose, I get a bright light. That's just what it looks like. Somebody's turned on a searchlight. For you, it could be a darkness or a brightness or a sense of calm. So if it's in your belly, for example, and you're just tuning in there, you might feel a sense of groundedness or If it's your heart, it might be a sense of openness. For me, when it's nearer my eyes, it's a sense of brightness. Again, there's no judgment, there's no opinion. You're just noticing, you're just checking in. You're just noticing how this essence of you arises. And as you start to actively work with that part of your being, because you might never have concentrated here before in such an intent way, I just want you to notice, like you might do if this part were a child, I want you to let it form a relationship with you. To do that, you might get curious about it. You might ask it, what is this? How are you doing? What do you need? That particular sentence that you can ask your inner star essence, your inner star child, like, what do you need? Because this is an infinite essence. This is the infinite, vast potential of your being, just arising in through a simple breath and a simple body energy. So mine is very bright. And whenever I ask it, what do you need? It always says, this inner star child of mine always says freedom. It always wants to be free. It's naturally been living in all parts of the universe, in all realms and all multi-dimensions, naturally all its life. It actually really only wants to be there. Doesn't find the Earth's physical existence necessarily very easy. So it loves to be boundless, free, and open. So ask your inner essence, this vast, infinite being, this star child in you, get really curious and ask what he or she needs. Sometimes she takes the form, like mine has a little child. It's a very, very bright child, a little bit like a Thumbelina or a pixie. It's a very tiny, and it's right in that essence. And he or she, my one's not necessarily a gender, is very, very, very bright. I get quite moved when I connect with her or him. It's very bright. Oh, I got little tears because it's almost so bright that it is dazzling. And what's your vast, infinite essence like? What does he or she really, truly radiate with, vibrate with? So really take care of this inner star, this vast, essential being, just like you might with any child. And maybe you might have not interacted or connected with this inner star child in this way ever. Or maybe not with this degree of intensity or focus. So it could be your first encounter. And you're very curious. So let this star child know that you're here and that this aspect of yourself, this infinite, vast, essential being is not alone. Just notice what they do, what this essence in you does. So when I say that, I always reach out. I always do this quite naturally. I reach out with my hand to take the hand of that inner star, because he's been in there for a long time. Not just this lifetime, but many, many lifetimes. And he really wants to shine. So just let this part of yourself that is infinite and vast know that they're never alone. That even you, with all your worldly cares and material ways, that you found time just to come and help that aspect of yourself to be totally free, because it already is. It just didn't recognize it. So really open space for this inner star child to shine, and notice what he or she wants to do. It might be new projects. It might be that the challenge that you wrote down, this inner star child has an answer. So mine is simple. He just says to me, just be free, just trust. There's nothing you need to worry about. Your family's fine, you're fine. Just trust. It's all in the universal plan. So notice what happens when you open space and you bring that challenge. Sometimes that challenge is like another part too. I actually bring them together. I can see that challenged part of myself that's not sure about how to balance family and travel. And it comes to meet my star child and absorbs in the light. And the light just says, trust, you're on the right path. Your family's chosen to be with you because of who you are. So just trust. So notice what happens when you bring your challenge like another child, perhaps. It'll appear to you in your own way, and he or she absorbs or meets your infinite potential. Maybe they have a conversation. Maybe different thoughts and emotions and sensations arise or emerge. Maybe an incredible impulse to make a shift that maybe you have such a big insight just by bringing the two together. Just notice, feel it, and you might feel it. So mine energy feels in my body, in my throat. It's all about communication and letting that communication really flow. Notice what is happening in your body as you invite that part of you that's challenged to just come and relax and be in the radiance of your inner star child and open up to your own infinite, vast potential within. Notice what happens when they relax. When mine relax, it's like, oh, I can take a big breath. It's like everything's okay. Again, I get little tears when I think of it. When it's everything's okay. Oh, and I got lots of bright lights shining in the room. Obviously, my inner star child likes it when I relax. So notice what happens when you relax and open space inside so that it can be more in your body, more with this infinite, vast potential, more with this infinite, vast essence. You might notice when you really start to relax into your infinite star child, into your infinite vast essence, there's a palpable shift in your body. Mine's shifting from my throat down through my heart. There's kind of a sudden drop into my gut, into my solar plexus. Just notice any palpable shifts in your body as your body, mind, heart, even as your soul moves towards more spaciousness and peace. My inner star child is moving around inside my body, kind of polishing any of the parts where there's darkness or shadow or fear or worry. To just notice what happens as you open towards more spaciousness and peace. It's okay if it happens or if it doesn't happen. It's just opening in just the way you need, just the way your infinite vast potential reveals itself, himself, herself. You're actually learning just to trust that it's safe to be that infinite vastness, just like I am. It's like Kevin is. We're all learning it together, and you're feeling into the extraordinary collective presence as we trust that it's safe to do this as a collective, that it's trust that it's okay to show and shine our light with me and Abby and Anne and with Brian and Karen and Kevin and Monica and Wendy. We're all doing it. We're all learning the same lessons. None of us is above or beyond the other. We're actually learning to trust that it's safe to be our true, radiant, self, our true, vast, infinite potential. So notice what happens as you not only feel your individual star essence, your infinite vast potential, but also the collective vast potential, the collective star beingness that knows the power of stars, that actually creates with the force and power of a sun, a radiant star. So notice this embodied, more spacious, more open, more vast, more innocent sense of who you truly are. And notice what qualities arise when you feel like this. Mine's always boundless. It feels boundless and illuminated, lit. What are the qualities you feel? For me, it always feels like light. It might sound odd because people think light is a seen thing, but for me, it's a felt thing. Very open, unbound. What's it like for you? What's it like in your body right now? What's it like in your heart right now? What's it like in your mind right now? What is it like to be you? What is it like to be the vast, essential being of the universe, the cosmos itself, like a cosmic mother? What is it like to be this vast, essential star being? So notice the spaciousness. It's like the space of the cosmos. It's that vast. Notice the sense of well-being. It's like the well-being of the cosmos where everything's in its own order. Everything's perfect. Even the chaos is perfect. Even the order is just where it's supposed to be. Health or sickness, richness or poorness, relationships that thrive, relationships that change, that move, that start, that end, spiritual paths that are unknown, that are known. There's a sense of enoughness, that you're enough through all of this. And notice this feeling that just like the cosmos itself, there is nothing to do right now. Everything's okay. The sun continues to shine until it doesn't. Everything radiates just as it is. Everything vibrates and moves. You might feel that vibrating energy running through your body. Sometimes it makes your fingers or your toes tingle. Sometimes it's more like a stream of energy down the larger muscles or the legs or the arms. Sometimes it's like a warmth or a coolness. Just notice. Some people call this a kundalini force or pranic energy or chi. So you might notice, like I'm noticing, it's deep down in my body at the moment. Now it's sort of dropped all the way down to my belly or the womb area, the womb of space. So we're inviting you to get this deep felt sense of what it's like to be this vast, essential being. To me, be more embodied as that. And begin to breathe that vast, essential being down, right down towards your tailbone. So if you're still in your head, Inhale and draw it down to the base of the spine. If you're in your heart, inhale and draw the energies, the feeling, the vast essence of you being down and into your tailbone. If you're like me and you're already down there, just continue to breathe deep down, right down into the base of your spine, right deep down. And then you're going to begin, when you're ready, you're going to begin a gentle breath with the feeling and the sound of awe, as if you're breathing with the awe of the stars, as if you're out under a great sky and you can see millions of stars and there's such awe because you're all of them. And you're going to breathe that awe up to the crown. Pause for a moment, and then as you exhale, you're going to let that waterfall of light or star essence, that vast essential being, drop all the way back to the base of the spine with the sound E, like eternity, just feeling into awe and feeling into the eternal nature of all things. Awe on the in-breath and eternity on the out-breath. Done with the sound awe on the inhalation and E on the exhalation. We'll just do it all together. You begin by breathing up this star essence, this inner vast potential of your being, with a feeling of awe. So with that sound of awe, just really mouthing it, or you can do it open mouth or closed, either is perfect. Up into the crown. Pause for a moment. Feel your inner star essence, the vast essence of your being in the crown. And then exhale and feel it flowing like a waterfall all the way down your back with the sound E. E. You can exhale it. You can breathe it out through your nose, whatever feels right. And then you inhale a second time, feeling again the awe of the cosmos in you. Like here's the gentle feeling, being open to your vast, infinite essence. All the way to the crown. Hold the light in the crown. You might even see your crown light up or feel it light up. And then on the exhale, this E sound, like eternity flowing down your spine, like all the power of all the stars across all time and space is flowing down your spine. And then the third time, and again, just the same breath, breathing up awe. So the awe of the universe is in you. Breathe it all the way up to the crown. You hold the energy in your crown for just a couple of seconds, feeling it light up with the vast essence of the stars themselves, then exhaling. And feeling it drawn all the way down to the base of the spine. Now, one last time. This time you're going to breathe up to the crown and let go. Drawing the aura of the inner star essence, this vast potential of your being, up to the crown. Stay in the crown for a moment, raise your gaze, widen your field of vision, then exhale. Keep your gaze very soft and let that essence that wants to explore the entire universe dissolve out above the crown, above your room, above your house, out into the space of Gaia, into the universe. Relax completely and let your mind and heart and soul expand outwards infinitely. Be completely effortless. Be completely boundless. Be this vast inner potential of the stars, of the universe. In fact, relax all effort completely. Let all of your practices, everything, melt into space itself. Let the inner star child melt back into the stars, into space, into the universe, into the cosmic mother. Stop trying to do anything at all. Allow any separation between your body, mind, spirit, the inner star child, the cosmos, the cosmic mother, mind, Kundalini, self, the world, let everything dissolve completely. Let go. Just dwell in the great oneness. Dwell in the vast openness. Dwell in the vast essential being that is beyond all words, beyond all description, and beyond all thought. Let go and dissolve into the vast silence, stillness, and one of being itself. slowly become aware of this vast essential being, this vast openness that can embrace all the cosmos and beyond. And feel that flowing back through the stars, around your house, into your room, as if the entire room is lit with this vast, essential star nature, with the soft openness of your essential star being. Let it flow into your body as if every cell of your body is a conscious star. Let it flow into your heart. Let it flow right to a single point in your heart, which is that pure star child, that pure star essence. Let it flow right into that point, and then go to a single point of emptiness, like the origins of all stars, right in the center of that. And then from that primordial point of creation, so slowly open your eyes. Open your eyes, resting as that primordial vast openness, as that deep primordial essential star being that is vast and limitless and infinite, that is truly boundless in all that it is and all that it can do. And thank you for your incredibly pristine consciousness and for the light of your heart. And I'd encourage you to write down any reflections, just anything that instantly came to you, any insights, anything that you would like to share, anything that you would privately like to act on that might assist your vast essential being. And with that, I will get Kevin to join me as we just take any questions, insights, light that you would like to shine upon us. And Kevin, thank you always for the amazing way that our practices blend into each other, because I'm very aware that you used all the keywords that I was going to use. So it was very easy to talk about vast essential being and innocence and openness and brightness. And that was exactly what I did in Mexico too. So you must have been with me in Mexico.
Thank you, Stephen. Well, as always, we're just tuning into the group consciousness, the vast consciousness, and just speaking from that, whatever words arise. So thank you. If anyone would like to share, either in the chat or out loud, Wendy.
First, thank you so much for all of that, from the beginning, Kevin, to the end. My star child, I felt like, oh, it's all the way from my heart up into my third eye, this whole thing. But then as it progressed, it was like, no, it's kind of stuck right here in my throat. And what it wants is expression in this world. Now, my challenge was, I have this dental pain, and it was really clear to me, oh, you're stopping the expression. And you have to really clamp down hard to stop the expression, because it's really powerful. And by the end, there was just a real flow and an openness and this vastness of actually a green field at first, which I consider heart and love, into blue, boundless, beautiful. That was just wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wendy. Oh, I love that insight. That's powerful.
Yeah, me too, Wendy. That's very powerful. I can feel it as you're telling it. It's like you're transforming us. So thank you for speaking. And it was interesting as you were speaking. I don't know if it's the same for you, Kevin. Wendy's volume went all sorts of different ways. For me, I sometimes it sounded like you were close, and then sometimes it was distant. I don't know. It was an effect of the mic, but I was thinking, oh, how curious! It's like it's really wanting expression. So, thank you,
Nice.
Wendy. Thank you. That was so powerful.
Maybe.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for a very interesting session. At the beginning, I wasn't like getting it, but suddenly I felt like if I was really in touch with a higher version of me, with my true self, and it was beautiful, expanding and free and bright. And when we came back from all that vastness into the single point in our hearts, it was very powerful. And it was also an experience that I really needed at this time in my life. So it was like a very nice gift. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. I think that that moment of maybe the mind not getting it is an important moment, because the mind then has to kind of let go, like it's not getting it, and then something deeper can emerge when the mind is like, I'm not getting it, and then you can let go, and there it is. Yeah.
100%.
Mm.
100%.
Thank you, Abby.
Yeah, Ibby, I love that. Whenever you point your finger like this, it's like Yod, the finger of God. So I figure that's probably what's happening. You're pointing at something, and it takes a little bit of a while for the mind to go down to that point. But when it does, you're pure consciousness itself. So I loved how you expressed that. Yeah, I agree with Kevin. It's so beautiful. Quite often we think when we're not getting it that we're not getting it, but in fact, the not getting it is that's the energy itself. It's starting to work with you, and it's like it's amazing when you don't get it and when you do. They're kind of like two sides of the same coin. You actually realize, oh, hang on a second, I got it, which means the part of me that didn't get it is still the same part. It's still the vast essence. It's still the vast essence itself. The vast essence contains the not getting it and the getting it. And then it becomes really exciting. You think, wow, it's all within that. It's all within one.
Yep.
Yeah, I loved how you expressed that. That was amazing. What an insight.
Thank you.
Monica.
Thank you so much, you guys. That was wonderful, and it's so good to see everybody. When I tuned into my star child, our essence, I guess, I felt it more like right here and just kind of spread out here in my heart. And the main thing it said, it was really beautiful, and it helped me release some emotion, which I needed to. It's been so very wonderful, but also so busy with big life things for the last 5 months. And it's been a lot just to be present with it and, feel it, do it, try to stay present. It's been a lot. But I heard the star seed say, I just want to be love and be loved. And it was really all she wants to do. And it makes me tear up a little, but it's like all she's really ever wanted. And it took me back to even being a little girl. And she's like, how do we do that here? And I said, well, I was trying to be aware of a higher self, like, let's just, keep doing what we do. And it's not that simple really. And when it gets down to, um, you know, complexities of other people, and sometimes you can be misunderstood here, and there's rules here on the earth that I tried to say there's, you know, they could be taken the wrong way, and all that kind of stuff. And anyway, it was kind of this interesting dialogue and felt sense of it. And then it was also so beautiful because that this younger part that I've been working with, like integrating for a long time now, that said she formed, I wrote this down, like, she's like, I broke off to make sure a part of us survived what we went through as a young person. But she's like, I'm so tired though to keep all this up. She has all these strategies. I have to sometimes manage her, and just say, that's not happening now. That's not happening now, constantly. But it was at the end, she just was like, now that I see that we survived, I can go back, go like, and just be one with everything. So I was so, and it felt like this practice helped her do that. Like, it was like there was a dialogue with the two of them. And it's like the innocence of her related to the innocence of her. And we both understood that it's not always so innocent here. I don't know, from a lack of a better way to say it, on the earth. But then she dove into the universe, like a spiral dive into the universe. And she said she was ready to go, which would be great because it's a lot to manage her sometimes. And the star seed was like, yeah, we'll keep learning how to just love and be loved here and not care what people think at all. Like, but understand the rules. Like, I don't know. Anyway, that was kind of all that happening. But it was a real release. I got some tears out that have been just, I think, in there, just trying to, I think, get stuff done. Will graduating, moving to LA, selling, buying, all this kind of things, all the decisions. It's been really nice to shed some tears. So thank you. I hope that made sense, guys.
Thank you, Monica.
Yeah. Monica, that was beautiful. When you said she took a spiral dive back into the universe, off at a right angle to, in my room, a portal of silver light opened and shone for just a split second. It was really beautiful. I got tears too. And she took a spiral dive. Oh, I could just feel it in that instant. So thank you for that very powerful, it's not a description. You kind of gave the transmission. We felt it.
Well, thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Thank you, Monica. Yes, Anne and then Karen. I don't know who was in there first, but
Karen can go. I found it very interesting and productive because, like Abby said, but also like Monica, I guess that's the group energy. Like Abby said, at first I thought, oh, this is very similar, as Stephen said, to the integrated family systems sort of thing. I struggled with the notion of breath and light and how do you see your breath? But I saw it as suddenly the word came to me that every breath is like, for me, it's like hope, and it's very soft, and it's in my belly, and it felt very quiet and sort of retiring, shy, sort of. So when I asked what does it want, it was to be seen and to shine, and I think that came to me because it resonated with Stephen when he said they just want to shine. I think you said it, Stephen, and I thought, yeah, that's it. And interestingly enough, when we were having the dialogue, the insight that came to me was recognize your own shining part. And when I had started, it was like I just often feel unseen, and in intimate family relationships, I feel overpowered and unseen. And so the words that came through was recognize your own shining part and be in your own radiance. And then it started to shift upwards from the belly to the heart. And I've recently started putting out on a platform called Substack. A friend of mine, Ian, who Stephen knows, has encouraged me to put some of my writing up on this Substack program. And I've been debating about sharing all these stories of my animal tales for a long time, because I don't feel the egoic need to write a book, but then something has been driving me that I should be the voice for animals. And so I've only just started that platform, putting up some stories on that platform. And so it was really interesting that what came through was be your own shining part, and be in your own radiance, which is really yeah. So anyway, I found a lot of strings sort of came together with the stuff that came through. Thank you. It was very interesting.
Beautiful.
Thank you, everybody. And thank you, Monica, for a lot of what you said also resonated with me. Yeah. To be loved, to love and be loved. It's sort of like the whole mistake on earth sometimes that can happen with attachment, early attachment. We can carry that through for so many years in our life. So I really got what you were saying too. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. And it's so good to see you so vibrant.
Yeah.
And
you're muted there. Yeah.
And it's very beautiful to hear and see what you were shining with. So I was just going to say, please share the Substack link in our chat so everybody can connect to your stories. I'd love you to do that. I'm sure everybody would love to connect. And it's a lovely way of our collective consciousness embracing your radiance.
Thank you. I'll put up what I know and what you can search for on the website. I'll put that up. Yeah, and I'll just be putting up something weekly, which seems to be the standard practice.
Yeah.
But I'll put the name up.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Okay, thanks, Stephen.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to share those on the Raising Our Vibration community Facebook page, we'd love to have them there as you post them. Or you can send me the links and I'll put them up there. Either way.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
all right. Thank
that'd
you.
be great to have up.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Anne.
Thank you.
Karen?
Yeah, I'm just so happy, Anne, that you're feeling better and the inspiration is flowing through you. I want to thank both Kevin and Stephen. That was a great practice. I wasn't quite sure about the star child concept, although I know a lot about the inner child. What I was in my book club today. We're studying Dr. David Hawkins, his book I, and it calibrates very high on the level of consciousness. And he said in there today that you can't experience essence in the dual state, that you have to go to the non-dual consciousness or awareness in order to experience essence. And so today, with your help, doing the practice and pulling this conscious level up into essence and resting there, I was able to communicate with that deeper part of myself. I'm having a problem with sleeping. I've always had a problem with sleeping, but I'm going through menopause, and it can be difficult. But what really came up for me through this essence was learning how to trust the process. I feel like I've been in the process of transformation for many, many years. But there's a part of me that thinks I'm in control of it. And today it was just so clear. It's not me. I'm kind of witness to this process of transformation, and I just have to learn how to trust, and let go of all of the obstacles and fear, fear that I'm not doing it right, or fear that I'm not going to sleep, or fear that I'm going to die before I awaken. So, and it's just kind of funny now to see it through the eyes of essence, all this efforting, to become enlightened when it's already there. I just need to quiet everything and tap into it.
Mhm.
So thank you all. It's always a great revelation.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you for that beautiful insight and description. Thank you. Yes, Bill.
Yeah, Karen, that was beautiful. I was just going to say, Kevin, Karen, I think you've got your next New York Times bestseller. Be quiet and tap in. It's like that's a fantastic insight. I just, be quiet, tap in. Love that.
Yeah, that was a wonderful session, Stephen and Kevin both, and it was great to see everybody here, especially Anne back with us again. It's great to see you up and around. I had my sessions. I have a lot of this cloud, kind of just gently rolling like this through my meditation. And lately I've been I did a presentation kind of thing at a plant life park in the park area, and I had a display and everything on native plants. And I've been doing a bit of work with some of the people here that are interested in plant life. And I see that plant life or at least I sense that the plant life, especially the native plant life, is part of that unity, the part of that rolling connectedness that we all have. It's just whether we stop to accept it and adapt to the unity. So I wrote down here about the unity of life, all life, and then especially I find in the rare plant life that I'm encountering here. And so it's kind of an interesting, what would you say, a flow of finding this unity, finding the perpetual unity that is there in all life. So it's I really enjoy these sessions because it kind of refreshes me to the unity of life. I just shake my head and because it just seems to be so, I don't know, so empowering, not me as an individual, but the empowering of the coming forth of life. And we're living that expression as as we move through life. So thank you, anyways. I don't know if it makes any sense to you all, but
Absolutely, Bill.
so
Wonderful.
thank you.
Thank you. We here in Monica and I in this new spot we've landed in have a wonderful outdoor space in back where there's trees and plants and flowers and grass and just sitting there, being there, just what you said just uh, reminds me of that and just how that immediately connects or gives that felt sense of connection and oneness of life. Yeah. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, it is.
Bill, when I was traveling to and from Sedona, because I have to take a van that goes to drop me off at different points between Phoenix and Sedona itself. And in the van, because I took a number of trips, one of the people I met was telling me about the unity with plant life and how she was doing experiments with speaking to some of her plants in beautiful ways and comparing them with her neighbors who doesn't speak with them at all and doesn't communicate with them, and the differences in their plant life. And even her neighbor took quite a lot of interest in the fact that asked the other neighbor that was speaking, that what are you feeding, is there a special fertilizer? And she said it's called the fertilizer of love. So I'm very aware that our plant families are very close to us, and sometimes we don't realize that. We have lots of plants in our house or in our property, and some are just fed with love a little better than the others. So that was a really good, that just reminded me, when you were talking about that, reminded me of the unity of all life, that our plants are not separate from us and they really love us.
And it really I guess hit me because I've been with plants in a special way for all my life. And we had a drought here for about 2-3 years, and the lawns all turned brown. And I mow my backyard completely. And I forgot 30 years ago, I planted a native plant, grass, and this native grass the drought never fizzed on it. It turned green, and the rest of the yard was brown. Here's this rim of beautiful green grass. I thought, oh man, that's life.
That's lovely. That's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks to all of you for joining us here today. It's beautiful practice, and just being together like this is just wonderful. So thank you again. Love and blessings to all of you. And please join us again 2 weeks from now for our monthly ROV practice session, and then 2 weeks after that for our ROV global meditation. And you're always welcome to join us on Thursday nights / Friday mornings for our humanities team session, where we are working with Thich Nhat Hanh's book, The Blooming of a Lotus, which we just began that last week, and everybody really seemed to enjoy that. So we welcome you to join us there for that as well. And all the links are provided on the Raising Our Vibration community Facebook page. And also, if you want to be, for those of you who are watching and who may not be on our mailing list for the links for our guided meditations, our group meditations, you can email raisingourvibrationsk@gmail.com, and we can put you on that list. All right. Take care. Have a wonderful couple weeks. Love and blessings to all.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Great seeing you.
Bye, everybody. Much love.
Bye.